Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome. Great to have you. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. If I appear to be crying, I'm not. It's Visine.
Oh, that's good, because I was concerned.
Yeah, don't lie. Mm-hmm. We saw you sobbing before we started. You okay?
Just trying to get the red out. That's all.
That's what Visine does.
That's what it does. Purportedly.
Yeah, I know, right?
Normally, it's pretty good at it.
Allergies are actually insane right now here in D.O. Of course, you could say that any time of year in Dallas-Fort Worth.
True.
Yeah. Good luck.
But also, extreme tiredness can cause red eyes.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that anyway. I'm not sure if it's true. Welcome to it. Great to have you with us. We've got Chewing the Fat coming up in about half an hour. And
excited about it.
Good stuff. Is there good stuff today?
Absolutely.
Good.
Just like
For
always.
a change?
Oh, wow.
For a change.
No, I heard you the first time.
Finally.
Sure I didn't miss that.
Yeah. Okay, good. Good. Yesterday was a big day at the U.S. Capitol. Let's start with Biden's Education Secretary, Miguel Cardona. He was asked about the FBI investigating parents who show up at school board meetings because, they're essentially terrorists.
Yeah, absolutely.
Need to be investigated. Here's what he had to say about that.
Have you received an update on that memo on what's the status of the FBI targeting or investigating parents who express their concerns at school board meetings?
Have I received an update from my staff or from the DOJ?
Have you what kind of an update have you received? What's the status? What's your understanding of the status of the FBI efforts to investigate parents who show up at school board meetings?
There is no update of anything regarding that. There is no involvement in the NSBA letter from the Department of Education. And as a matter of fact, we strongly support engaging with families and parents, especially at the board level.
Oh.
They're going to, every time they show up for one of these hearings, they're going to continue to say the same thing. Oh, shoot. Oh, you wanted an update from the FBI. I thought you wanted it from my staff. And they're just going to slow walk this forever. They don't answer any questions. And when they do, of course, they lie. It's madness, man. So
as he just did. He also discussed the curriculum being pushed on U.S. school children.
In April 2021, your department proposed a rule incentivizing public schools to incorporate critical race theory in U.S. history and civics classes. The rule cited Ibram X. Kendi's work and the 1619 Project as examples of the sort of ideas that the department would promote. However, just 3 months later, you backtracked on the plan and released a watered-down updated guidance that didn't mention Ibram X. Kendi or the 1619 Project. Mr. Secretary, why did the department remove references to Ibram X. Kendi and the 1619 Project in its updated guidance?
Thank you, Congressman, for the question. We take the role of supporting our districts and schools very seriously, and we know that decisions around curricular materials are best left to local districts, and we'll continue to have that belief as we move forward.
So the guidance was there telling teachers in schools, go teach about Ibram X. Kendi and 1619 Project. You took it out. Did you take it out because you decided ultimately that what they're teaching is inappropriate to teach our kids?
Well, as I said, Congressman, we take the role very seriously of what we have, and the federal government doesn't have a role.
You're not
in curriculum.
answering the question,
But what we recognize and what you mentioned illustrates.
I'm asking whether or not it's appropriate. Mr. Kendi called Justice Amy Coney Barrett a white colonizer because she adopted 2 Haitian children. Do you think that's appropriate to teach our kids?
What I was going to say earlier, sir, is
Mr. Kendi also, in his book, he stated that capitalism is essentially racist. So at one point, you wanted to teach our kids Ibram X. Kendi's findings and his teachings that capitalism is racist. Do you believe capitalism is essentially racist?
What I was going to say, sir, is that this issue of
I don't care what you were going to say. Answer the question.
While we don't influence curriculum, has become the target of divisive culture wars, and we choose to stay above that and really focus on supporting our districts.
I don't know if it's Ibram X. Kendi argued that white people created the AIDS virus. Is that divisive?
Oh my gosh!
Does your U.S. Department of Education
to save the questions for perhaps that author? What I would say is we're focused.
It was in your original rules proposal. You wanted to teach our kids what Ibram X. Kendi and the 1619 Project said. 1619 Project teaches that Abraham Lincoln is a white supremacist. Is Abraham Lincoln a white supremacist?
Sir, again, you could choose to use your time to be divisive. I want to work together.
Mr. Secretary,
divisive, by the way.
in a rules proposal, you wanted to teach this garbage to our kids.
There you go.
When you divide people, you're divisive. You're not divisive.
You don't divid people?
No, you don't divid. You divide. Stop it. You're trying to be divisive? No, I'm not. You're being divisive by proposing that you teach Abraham X. Kendi in the first place. That's what's divisive. Douche. These people, I can't. I can't. I just can't. It's unbelievable. Man, they will not answer the question.
No, they won't.
And the question is, why did you have them in that in the first place? You're talking about not being divisive. Okay, you're going to teach them lies from the 1619 Project. Absolute fabricated American history and absolute racist garbage from Kendi. Those two things are divisive. Why did you have them in the curriculum to start with?
Well, sir, thank you for the question.
Yeah, what I was trying to say was, oh, man. Now, on CNN yesterday, they talked to a Florida public school teacher who had upset some parents when she showed her class the Disney movie Strange World, which, of course, features a gay character and a big-time green message. It's complete indoctrination from Disney. So this teacher, as on CNN, was on CNN complaining that a parent dared to object that movie being shown to her child.
And Jenna, you said you feel that this is a targeted attack. What do you mean when you say that?
That's the teacher.
That same school board member is currently going around right now trying to, well, along with, the whole, what DeSantis is doing, trying to get rid of all basically diversity elements out of schools completely.
Shut up.
They're trying to strip individuality and diversity to fit one common agenda. And it's ruining everything. It's not what America stands for.
I think let's let our viewers listen to what that parent said that complained about you doing this in a recent school board meeting.
All right, let's listen to that. Mm-hmm.
It is not a teacher's job to impose their beliefs upon a child.
Right.
Religious, sexual orientation, gender identity, any of the above. But allowing movies such as this assist teachers in opening a door, and please hear me, they assist teachers in opening a door for conversations that have no place in our classrooms.
Right. Right.
We had played that for the viewers in the introduction, but I just want to give you a chance to respond.
Yeah, so that's what she's missing, and what these parents are missing is they're not in the school system. That just shows me that she's ignorant and has not come and volunteered at all. Because these conversations, these doors, they're open. These students have one-to-one devices. The amount of things that they're able to pull up that we have to shut down, these conversations, these doors that she's talking about, that's telling me I'm stripping her rights as a parent, those rights are gone when your child's in the public school system, because there are students talking about these things. It's where they get 90% of their socialization for the day.
There you go.
And we can't shut down every conversation every child has.
Thank you for being with us this morning. Keep us posted.
It's just,
wow.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, she's
no. I can't take any more from her. Oh, man. Okay, so the parents don't have any rights.
You got it?
When they're in school. When they're in school.
They don't have any rights.
Yeah.
That is unbelievable.
Quote,
well, there you go. That's how they feel about you.
Quote, rights as a parent. Those rights are gone when your child is in the public school system, end quote.
My gosh. Are you kidding me?
Why your child should not be in the public school system.
Right. Right. If that isn't clear to you by now, I don't know what will clear it up.
No.
Because that is the prevailing theory. Maybe it's not with your teachers at your school, and that'd be great. But there's a lot of teachers at a lot of schools that feel exactly that way. And they're going to teach them whatever they feel like, because your rights end at the school. So if you're putting them in school, that's how they feel about it. My gosh, that's just amazing. That's just amazing. What happened to teaching them the basics? What happened to that? That's what you talk about.
Well, look, those doors are already open.
Oh, right, they're already open. Yeah,
So,
that's right.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
Is really what boils down to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Wow. And since when are they watching Disney movies at school? I didn't get to do that at school.
That's a good day at school.
Yeah.
We're watching another Disney. All right, you kids, we're going to take 2 hours and watch a Disney movie.
Right. I'm going to sit back here and smoke.
I've got some papers to grade.
Yeah. I got to balance my checkbook, pay some bills.
Yeah.
Go watch this.
Sit here with my thumb up my rectum, and you guys watch this gay movie. All right, from Disney.
I'm in the union.
Congratulations.
I'm protected.
Wow. Jeez. And back to the education secretary, who was also asked yesterday about federal funding of schools by Representative Jim Banks.
Indiana, my home state, recently passed a law at the state legislature that banned biological males from competing against girls in high school and elementary sports because obviously biological males have some physical traits that would give them an advantage in sports over girls. The Education Department, your department, proposed a rule change that would pull federal funding from schools that don't allow biological males to compete against girls in sports. Mr. Secretary, yes or no? Does that mean that your department would take away school lunch programs for needy kids because a state or a school won't allow a boy to compete against a girl in the sports?
So going back to the civics, if I could.
I'm asking you a question. Do you support taking away school lunches from kids who go to schools where boys aren't allowed to play on girls' sports teams?
We are promoting the most rigorous, intensive academic programming under the Raise the Bar. I would love to share more information.
Do you support taking away a school lunch from a needy kid, a kid who it might be the only warm meal they get every single day, because that school won't allow a boy to compete on a girls' sports team?
I'm proud of the work we're doing.
It's a yes or no question, Mr. Secretary.
I'm proud of the work we're doing
Obviously,
to make sure that all students...
Absolutely.
Madam Chair, the answer is yes. This administration would take away school lunches from kids who need that lunch, maybe the only warm meal that they might ever get, because of the radical agenda of this administration. I yield back.
I love that.
Yep.
That's how you do it.
Yep. If he won't answer the question is obviously yes.
Yeah,
the answer is yes. I'm in favor of taking the lunch away from the needy child.
Yeah, and I love that. You take a big government program like a breakfast, Head Start, right? Something like that. And you say, okay, so you're taking away this big government program because something as ridiculous as allowing men to compete in women's sports. That was well done by Representative
Sure
Banks.
was. Riley Gaines was also in D.C. testifying. Here's some of what she had to say when it came to men competing against women in sports.
A 6'4", he's actually taller than 6'1". A 6'4" male walks in, disrobes, and is fully intact with male genitalia while we're simultaneously undressing as 18 to 22-year-old girls, and we could do nothing about it. I actually immediately left the locker room, and I went up to one of the officials on the pool deck, and I said, how is this allowed to happen? I understand the guidelines for the competition, but what are the guidelines in regards to the locker room? And he looks at me and word for word says, we actually got around this by making the locker rooms unisex, so it's not a big deal. And I thought about that, and unisex. So this meant that any man could have walked into our locker room, not just a self-identifying female. Any man, any coach, any parent, any official, any man who wanted to would have had full access to. And bare minimum, we weren't forewarned. And actually, Leah Thomas's teammates who dealt with this every single day all year, when they expressed their discomfort to their administration and they sent an email, and I swear I have a screenshot of their response, their administration responded back with, if you feel uncomfortable seeing male genitalia, here's some counseling resources that you should seek. And that's the general consensus of what's happening around the country, which is why I felt it necessary to get in front of colleges and speak. I think it's so important to engage people my age, 22 years old, to understand what's happening, because that's not what you're hearing in the media.
Yeah, Leah Thomas needs no counseling. No counseling whatsoever.
No, you're the problem. If you have a problem, you're the problem.
Yes. Right. If you don't think this man is a woman, we'll get you counseling.
Seriously, if you have common sense.
The man believing he's a woman has no problem.
Yeah.
Has no problem. Needs no counseling. What?
But if you're the one that has common sense, we need to re-educate you.
World, yeah.
It is 1984, man.
Sorry, if you don't want to see a dangling unit in your locker room, we'll get you some help. because you should want to see that. You should be fine with it. What's the matter with you? I mean, Jeffy.
Look.
They're unisex. What are you going to do?
What a world.
And if it's a unisex locker room,
Anyone.
exactly what she said is true.
Yeah.
Any man can go. You don't have to identify as a female. I can come in here and check out the girls if I want. It's a unisex room, right? Jeez, that's unbelievable.
Start going to some swimming meets.
Unbelievable.
My tax dollars paid for this locker room. Right. I'll check it out if I want to. It's a state university.
I mean, it's madness. It's absolute madness. All right, let me tell you about Nugenix. If you want to get back into shape, if you want to feel, manly again, and maybe you haven't been lately, maybe your testosterone is way down. It happens. It happens as you age. But there is Nugenix with Testifies to get you back into the shape that you used to be in. As men, as we age, we lose free testosterone, the man hormone. We lose that fire. It's harder to feel as alive, as energetic. It's hard to be as active. It's even harder to stay in shape. And that's where Nugenix with Testifies comes in. If you want more energy, you want more power, you want to fight the negative physical effects of aging, Nugenix Total T Testosterone Booster with Testifies will help you turn back the clock and re-energize your life. Just dial text 231-231, enter the keyword unleashed. You can get a complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T when you text 231-231 and enter the keyword unleashed. Text it now. Get a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest and most powerful fat incinerator ever, with key ingredients to help you lose weight fast and get lean fast. Absolutely free. Text 231-231. Enter the keyword unleashed. That's 231-231. Keyword unleashed. Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply. Number one doctor recommended brand by primary care physicians based on an independent study.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
This brings us to the fun from John Fetterman yesterday.
He wasn't in a hoodie.
Oh, good.
No,
he dressed up for the occasion.
Yeah, he was in a suit. He showed up to a hearing in a suit and had some tough questions.
He's good.
For a banking CEO. Were his questions good ones, too?
Well, I mean, he's a senator.
Right.
Pat.
Yeah, you're right. He's a senator for a reason.
The great state of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. They picked a winner. And here he is asking some tough questions.
Is it staggering? Is it a staggering responsibility that the head of a bank could literally crash our economy? It's astonishing. That's like if you have, and they also realize is that now they have a guaranteed way to be saved by no matter how.
Wait, what?
Why? Isn't it appropriate that those kinds of this kind of control should be more stricter?
More stricter.
Got it?
To prevent this kind kind of thing?
It should be more stricter.
Or should we just go on and start bailing and sailing whoever bank, regardless of how their conduct is?
Oh, sweet.
Oh, man.
I'll give you an example. The Republicans want to give a work requirement for SNAP. For a hungry family has to have this kind of penalties or some kinds of working required. Shouldn't you have a working requirement after we sail your bank with billions of your bank? Because they seem to be more preoccupied than SNAP and requirements for works for hungry people, but not about protecting the taxpayers, that will bail no matter whatever does about a bank to crash it.
Okay.
You're being divisive. Is what's happening.
Chair?
What's happening?
Sure.
I mean, The witness has no idea.
Wow.
Yeah.
No idea what to say. I mean.
And I think there was multiple guys in front of him. So if you're not going to directly ask, let's go with you, then I'm just going to let him twist out there too.
Yeah.
Go for it, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Or you could have said,
Look,
can you repeat the question? That would have been fun.
I feel really bad for him. I do. Because nobody cared enough about him to say, hey, look, you had a terrible stroke. It almost killed you. You need to recuperate, okay? We need to stop the running for Senate thing here. Stop the campaign. Shut it down. Recuperate.
Yeah.
Okay? The Senate will be there 6 years from now. So maybe you run then, after you've recovered from this. But in the meantime, let's concentrate on your health. Let's get you well again. And we'll see. And maybe you don't get well again, well enough at least to be in the U.S. Senate.
Well, I mean, that's why they spent some time getting well for depression after he won.
Yeah.
Right? After he got in office. Because he needed to deal with
He has decided he
depression.
wants to be a public servant. He is still playing that part. Then he gets to stay there, and we get to point out when he sucks.
Yeah.
And he sucks.
That's embarrassing.
Time.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
I mean, quote.
It's humiliating.
Yeah, here's a quote from your esteemed new senator there, state of Pennsylvania. The tax papers that will bail no matter whatever does about a bank to crash it. Chair. Okay, end quote. That's just transcript.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
That's good stuff.
So
look, as long as you're going to occupy that chair, then we're going to point out that one of the 100 has absolutely no business being there. Actually, there's more than one.
There's more than one.
So that's actually a good question. Who has got the least capacity?
Yeah, I don't know.
Senator Fetterman or Senator Feinstein?
I don't know, but the U.S. Senate is not a convalescent home.
Well, it certainly is.
It's not a convalescent home. Get these people out! You got Fetterman who can't speak, okay? He can't put a sentence together. It's humiliating. He doesn't need to be in the U.S. Senate. He shouldn't be in the U.S. Senate. And Dianne Feinstein doesn't even know she wasn't there for 3 months. She was asked by a reporter yesterday how things have been since she got back. And she's like, I didn't leave.
What?
I've been here the whole time working. Well, you mean you were working at home? No, I never left. She has no idea. She just got back to the Senate.
Gosh, bro.
That's how bad this is.
Right.
The U.S. Senate is now a convalescent home.
Sure is. She's been working hard for the tax papers.
Yeah.
Diane.
Yeah.
Boy, we are a joke.
I mean, between the two of them, and there you have 2 Democrats. That's the difference in the U.S. Senate right now, 51-49. That's the majority they have. And it's 2 people who have no business being in the U.S. Senate. Now, if you want to keep, of course, and they do, you want to keep your majority, fine. All right? Have these 2 retire, have your governor appoint the senator, and then have a special election.
Yes.
But let's get this fixed. It's outrageous. This can't stand. It can't stand. This guy does not belong in the U.S. Senate, and neither does Dianne Feinstein. I feel terrible for both of them. I mean, the loss, the diminished capacity of your mental wellness is really sad. It scares the crap out of me. I don't ever want that to happen. I'd rather have a bullet in my head than have that happen to me.
I'm with you.
But you know what? They have it now, and they need to be out of the U.S. Senate because that's not the place for them. I can't believe what's going on here. And, the Democrats are actually trying to get her out, to get Dianne Feinstein out. They're not trying to get Fetterman out, but they're trying to get Dianne Feinstein out, and Republicans are pissed about it. What are you doing? What are you doing?
It doesn't make that certainly doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. Mitch McConnell was talking about how Democrats are trying to get her. Yeah.
Well, he's close to the edge himself.
I know. There's probably any number.
So
of them
he's hanging on by a thread himself. As far as
mental
stepping
capacity,
into that diminished capacity.
I know. And then we've got the President of the United States.
Who
also has diminished mental capacity. And that's okay, too, with everybody.
Can we put the picture of the U.S. Capitol yesterday up on the screen, please? Because I think it was an appropriate day, especially after the Fetterman clip. They were accidentally flying the American flag upside down.
Oh, man.
There it is.
Oh, wow.
That was an appropriate day for that.
Which means we're in distress.
Yeah.
That's what that means. And that's true.
Are we sure that was an accident?
Yeah,
exactly.
Maybe somebody realized, all right, we got 2 senators who can't be here. We've got a president who shouldn't be here. And, yeah, we're in distress.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'm hanging this thing upside down.
Awesome.
Oh, man.
I mean, not really.
No, that's where we're at, man.
It is where we are. That's where we are. Jeez, and then we have a soldier down at the border. You know, we sent these 1,500 soldiers to the border. One of them opens the gate for, I don't know, it looked like a line of 100 or more. I mean, it was a huge line of illegals. Soldier opens up the gate, lets him in, steps back from the gate. Do we have both the clips? Because the first one shows her right by the gate, and she opens it up and backs away. But then here's the huge line of illegals pouring into the border, pouring into private property. How'd you like that to be your ranch? And you've got all these illegals on it now. Wow. Hey, thank you for opening up the fence and just allowing everybody in. That's great.
I don't know that female soldier was acting just on her own, because I was looking into this, and
look at that line of people.
I know.
She's from Missouri. Missouri detachment there, but apparently taking orders, let's see, from the federal government or something. Let's see, and working.
A bus there.
Yeah, so the bus was conveniently there, just waiting to go. But yeah, so there's the female soldier, and this feels like a direct order.
Yeah,
with
could
the border patrol.
Yeah, it could have been
arm in arm there, and the boat. Watching this happen, this is,
and they pulled up a bus for him, so I guess they're going to bus him someplace.
Yeah, I feel like that's not, wasn't her just saying,
exactly.
Come on in.
Exactly.
But that's probably from the Biden administration.
Yeah.
They probably gave these people orders to just let them in.
Yeah.
Let them in, and we'll bus them other places. We'll bus them to Dallas. Oh, okay.
And
that'd be great.
And this is a different entrance than the normal places that they come in.
Yeah,
right.
It is.
It was just unfortunate for the administration that we happen to have a camera there.
Yeah.
Right. If we don't have a camera there, then nobody knows. It's people.
Right.
Nobody knows.
Yeah. And how many places along the border is that happening?
That's an excellent
Hundreds.
question, sir. I'd like
Hundreds of places.
That's a very good question. I appreciate you asking me that question, sir.
Can I get back to what I was trying to tell you earlier? No, you can't. I want you to answer that question. How many places along the border don't we have the cameras where we're filming?
Well, sir, I don't have that. I don't have that number right in front of me right now.
Yeah. God, wow. So they're pouring in places they don't normally pour into, and in the places where we're used to them coming in, they're not coming in those numbers. So they've just pushed them down the border somewhere else. That's what they've done here, so that we don't get a chance to see it all.
Yep.
Well, see, we told you it wasn't going to be bad as you thought. Really?
I told you it'd be a little chaotic for a while. That's all.
Right. And it's not even chaotic. I mean, we're getting less than you thought we were going to get. Are we? I don't think so. That was a huge line of people.
Line. We're filling up a bus.
Yeah. Oh, easily. That bus and maybe more, just like it. I don't know. It's
by the way,
outrageous.
Before we hit the break here, the top 4 in leadership of the U.S. Senate. Do you gentlemen want to guess the average age? I've been doing Keith math over here.
Okay. 78.
82.
76. So
spring chickens.
Spry.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
the top
the average age, though.
Being Schumer,
72.
McConnell.
Patty Murray, who's president pro tempore, is at 72. Mitch McConnell is 81. Dick Durbin, 78. So you got 2 spring chickens at 72, an 81-year-old and a 78. I mean, what are we doing? Stop.
We're dying. That's what we're doing.
Well, yeah.
We're dying as a nation.
72 is not that bad.
We're dying.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Got some tweets here. McFlurry tweets. Teachers like that are the reason students graduating high school can't find the United States on a map.
Yep.
They're learning what's important. Pull your kids out. Yeah. Actually, he says they're not learning what's important.
Like
kind of a key word there. Yeah. You might want to read all the words in the sentence. It only made it the opposite. So, yeah. All right. Publius tweets, Jeffy, when are you going to learn that Pennsylvania is not a state? It's a commonwealth. Stupid.
Oh.
I almost
What's the matter with you?
Sorry.
Massachusetts, Pennsylvania.
The senator from the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Sorry. Okay.
Interns in overalls tweets, literally, what the hell did Fetterman say? No one knows. Nobody knows.
He doesn't even know.
Yeah.
Just too muck and fudge? The answer is no. He cannot repeat the question. That's for sure. Real Stitch Jones. Fetterman makes Hank Johnson look like a Rhodes Scholar. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Well, Hank can at least put the sentence together.
Well,
I'm worried that Guam will tip over and capsize. At least you know what he's saying.
Right.
What he's saying is incredibly stupid, but at least he can say it.
We don't anticipate that.
Yeah.
Greatest answer ever.
Oh, so good.
Greatest answer ever. We don't anticipate
Really, General? You don't
that?
anticipate that Guam's going to tip over and capsize? Huh. All right. Well, if you don't want to prepare for the worst, it's not on me then. I asked the question. I at least brought up the problem. I can't help it if you're going to pay attention to it or not. All right. We're going to get back to the border stuff in a minute, but first it is time to chew the fat with Jeffy. We're going to do the border stuff first, and then Jeffy pouted. He pouted, he whined, he cried.
Busted.
Senator, what are we talking about, Senator?
So what the heck? Let's just get to
we
it.
thought, all right, we don't want to make the big man angry. He might sit on us.
Baby.
Talk about your stupid border. I don't care.
The border's bad. Now let's do chewing. There, we did it.
We're letting people in. So
we've been doing that for 40 years. All right, we got to hear the climax. And
I swear it's getting
we're all
longer.
set. Somehow we got to make this shorter. It's just too long. It's just too long. But if we stop playing it, people will complain.
We can't have that.
It'll be just like the dumb.
Will they?
Yeah, well, maybe. Some will. Some will.
We should do a poll. Should we do a poll?
Yes, we should.
Okay.
Let's do a poll.
Do a poll.
All right. Do we play this thing still? Keep doing that?
Do we shorten it?
Yeah. What
or
should we do?
We just
Because
punt?
do you remember when we did James K. Polk Tuesday?
Yes.
And then we stopped doing it because it was so stupid.
But
people complained.
That still lives, I thought. James K.
Oh, yeah, it's in the system in there. Y'all should look for that in there. Hit us with it every now and then.
All right, here's Jeffy with chewing.
So I don't use toilet paper anymore. Okay? Well, not me.
That's the
not me. But environmentalist, activist Robin Greenfield has been wiping with leaves instead of toilet paper. And he's been doing that for about a decade now.
Moron. That's gross. Whoa. That is gross.
He began his journey quitting toilet paper by using leftover napkins and tissues.
Why do we have to hear about these things from people? Just keep it to yourself. You know what I mean?
He wants other people to be a part of it.
Okay.
Because he's on the move.
Here's the answer. No.
5 years ago, he realized that the leaf of the blue spur flower was perhaps an even better substitute due to its size and shape. So he started using it as his permanent solution.
And where does he find enough of them?
Well,
seriously, that's wouldn't you need quite a few?
The blue spot. Well, you see the plant
Yeah,
there,
see
not,
that.
not there. Not, he's running through the Carolinas there as he's getting ready for his Firefly Foundation fund, which we'll get to. But the consumption of toilet paper, which of course Pat, fuels deforestation and massive usage of fossil fuels.
Oh yeah, I've been screaming about that for years.
So, but those are the plants, and he went around. He was in Florida last month giving them away on the street corner. If you missed him, sorry. I mean, you didn't get a free
I have a
plant
question.
from him.
I have a question, please,
Keith.
So this gentleman here is doing it for the earth.
That's correct.
While taking the dignity of these trees to wipe his backside with their leaves. I don't.
The blue spur flower
doesn't seem right.
No,
could be grown in your backyard, which means you could have toilet paper to last you your entire life.
Wow.
And think of the savings.
Right? Right?
You could retire on the toilet paper savings.
I will say, as you commented on that, I'm going to need more than one plant.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how many plants.
I don't want to think about how many plants you would need. I really don't want to think about it.
I would rather use a bidet if he didn't have any toilet paper.
Yeah,
but he
and
would
that
probably
to me
be,
is gross. I don't know why.
No.
I can't handle the bidet thing.
I love it, but it's just that he would probably be against that too because of the water usage.
Oh, right. Yeah, probably.
So you can't have that
unless you recycle it.
No.
Well, you could have your own recycling with that. That's not a bad idea.
God, what are we doing?
I'm a fan. I mean, the bidets are fine. I'm good with that. I don't know why that. But the picture you saw him running there, if you missed him in Florida, he's going to be at the Firefly Gathering in Asheville, North Carolina this summer. Yeah, if you missed him in Florida this past month, giving away
I did
free blue spur flowers. He was going to be there at the Firefly Gathering in Asheville, North Carolina.
All right.
Speaking of the environment, lab-grown meat. Animal cell culture.
I'm sorry, this just isn't going to fly. Lab-grown meat,
I'm with you.
it's not going to fly.
I'm with you.
Well,
nope. Not going to do
It's going to be easier for them to inject it with mRNA.
Hold
Go
on
ahead.
a moment, would you please?
Sure.
Because animal cell culture is traditionally done with growth medium components which have been refined to remove and reduce endotoxin. Okay?
Yeah.
So the use of these refinement methods
we didn't know that.
Contributes significantly to the economic and environmental costs associated with pharmaceutical products since they are both energy and resource intensive. Meat produced from cultured cells are 4 to 25 times worse for the climate than regular beef.
Gosh.
Unless scientists,
you got to be kidding me.
Unless scientists find ways to, of course, overhaul the energy-intensive steps in its production.
Wow.
So, dear environmentalists,
in your pipe,
think about it.
All right. So every solution they come up with is worse than the problem. Every single one.
Yes.
Whether it's electric vehicles, no matter what it is, they continue to make things worse.
Right.
Wow. Amazing. That's amazing.
That certainly is.
And the plant burgers too are not good for you. They're not good for you, and they're not
alone
necessarily
in just the making of them.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're not
that's
environmentally friendly. So
not at all.
whether it's grown in a lab or whether it's grown from plants or whatever it is, it's worse than the natural product.
Correct.
Dumb. It's just like the
dumb.
sugar substitutes. Those are all, you talk about sugar being poison. How about the substitutes that cause cancer and everything else on the planet? Oh, yeah.
Jeffy doesn't know that they do.
I don't know that they do.
You don't know that they do?
That they do.
All right. You keep eating them. Go ahead. Saccharin. Just guzzle saccharin. By the carton.
I mix it with regular sugar.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It saves a little.
All right.
Moving on. All right. We have a whole lot of sports going on. We have about 113 days until NFL kickoff. We've got
is that all? That's
about
not bad.
106 days until college football kickoff.
Oh, man, I love that.
We have the NBA Conference Finals going on. We got the Denver Nuggets taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. The Nuggets won Game 1 last night against the Lakers. We have the Miami Heats taking on the Boston Celtics in Game 1 tonight. According to this, ticket prices on the secondary market for the NBA Finals have soared to a league record Average ticket prices ranging from $3,800 to $5,200, depending on where the games are played. And I love, my favorite part of the story is analysts believes that prices could come down. You think. You think they could come down. Then we have the NHL Stanley Cup Conference Finals happening. Carolina Hurricanes taking on the Florida Panthers in the East. That starts game 1 tonight. We have the Dallas Stars taking on the Las Vegas Golden Knights in the West. Ticket prices not quite the same as the NBA for the old.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's true.
It's just the same. Then we had Bob Stoops as a champion again. The longtime Oklahoma football coach guided the Arlington Renegades to the XFL title this past Saturday.
Shouldn't even been in the playoffs.
Defeating the DC Defenders 35-26 in the championship game played in San Antonio's Alamo.
Their season's already over?
Yeah, they played.
How many games they play?
Well, 10 games in the season, plus the playoffs and the championship, so they had 12 games. I think 12 or 13 games, yeah.
All right. I missed the whole season.
And I'm with you on the Renegades had
their tiebreaker is the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah. And you BYU, Ty, the defensive lineman for the Renegades, Tomasi. Laulile.
Yeah, Lassily.
Yeah. He plays for them.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So he plays. It was good.
Nailed it.
And so they had a pretty good season. So,
okay.
It's a spring football
Is he
week.
mentioned? Is Tomasi mentioned in the article, or did you just do a little research on that?
I found it for you. Pat.
Okay.
BYU
All
connection.
right.
Okay.
I got another little BYU story. Did you see that what Aaron Rodgers said about Zach Wilson at the Jets?
Oh?
Yeah. Here's what he said. This is amazing to me. Aaron Rodgers, okay, the guy who wouldn't give the time of day to Jordan Love at Green Bay. The guy who was treated like crap by Brett Favre and then did the same to Jordan Love, now says, I feel like part of my role here is to help him get his confidence back. The team believes in him. They really believe in him.
Oh.
They think he can be special, and so do I.
Wow.
I love him. I really do.
Okay, so
that's the biggest endorsement that Zach Wilson has had in
by
his
anybody
entire time at the Jets.
In his whole career.
But Aaron's deal will be to just follow my lead, right? It's not going to be. He's not going to.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll mentor him. I think he will a little bit. They spent some time together.
I think it's going to be. My mentoring is you just follow me around.
Can I just
maybe
I will
that's
say
enough though.
That Greg Knapp was an offensive genius in the NFL. And he helped so many quarterbacks along the way.
And he died right before Wilson got there.
I always think about that in Zach
really
Wilson's
sad.
development, man. So hopefully that role can
Maybe
be filled now
help.
by a Hall of Famer.
I hope so.
That would be great.
Yeah.
I would like to see the Jets have got plenty of primetime games. Should be a great
the
season.
Jets, everybody's picking them as like the dark horse for the Super Bowl.
That's the here's the thing. All Aaron has to do is win, right? I mean, the chess pieces are on the board, no question.
Yep.
But
they've got a great defense.
If he doesn't win,
they've got some weapons on offense.
Okay, yeah. I mean, they're doing.
He'll have to play better than
him.
he did last year.
Well, now he will say that's yes. He will say, well, of course, I
had no weapons last year,
right?
Which is true.
Which is absolutely true.
It's true. Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll see.
We'll see.
Also, baseball news, the Oakland Athletics has reached a deal with the Bally's to build a $1.5 billion stadium along the Las Vegas Strip.
Wow.
So they are moving to Vegas by 2025.
Who is?
The Oakland A's.
They're still a team. I know it's easy to forget the Oakland A's, but they're still out there.
I hate that Oakland's lost all their teams. It was fun to have the Oakland Raiders, the Oakland Athletics, and now it's the Las Vegas Raiders and the Las Vegas Athletics. Just doesn't seem to have the same feel to me.
It sounds like you have a
what are you gonna
little
do?
thing against Las Vegas, really.
Does it sound that way?
It does, yeah.
I think that's the issue.
Yeah, I think it is, too. I feel like it is. I know it could be just me. I just kind of feel like it is.
All right.
And then it's that time of year again. The Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Edition has been released.
What? I thought that happened in February.
One of the... Well, this new edition.
This is a
just,
special
just
edition.
released.
Okay.
I understand.
So one of the 4 cover girls is 81-year-old Martha Stewart.
All right.
Congratulations,
my
making
gosh.
her the
Yeah, come
oldest model to
This is what
get
we're
the
going to have to
honor.
deal with now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, because sexism and
Pat,
misogyny.
Pat, at least they put a woman on the cover, okay?
yeah.
Well,
True.
there's 4 covers.
Oh, no.
There's
Oh,
4
no.
covers. So you got, Martha Stewart, 81.
She doesn't look bad for
Oh,
81,
yeah.
though. I mean, she looks better than Nancy
I
Pelosi
know.
did.
Step into my kitchen.
Okay, then we don't need any more pictures of
Oh,
Martha
yeah.
Stewart.
Something's cooking.
We don't need
That's right.
any more.
I'm heating some things up.
Oh, I'm going to go vomit.
There's 3 other covers. All right, you got Martha Stewart, the oldest model ever to get the honor. You got Megan Fox. All right, she's always a winner. You have Brooks Nader, another model, and you have the second trans model for SI, Kim Beatrice. Of course.
Oh, you gotta be. So 2 of the 4
Yeah.
are like the
Either
woke nonsense.
Correct.
Older a dude.
pictures. Yeah.
Now, model and actress Lena Bloom was the first to have, having been the first trans.
Why don't we
on
have
the
a plus-size
2021
model
cover.
on
We
the
do.
cover?
Well, not on the cover, but
Yeah, we should have one on the cover.
There's some plus size photos in the
Because that's what they all do now, right?
Why'd they hide her in the magazine? Why
The
did
big
they put her on
girls
the cover?
have
What's the
taken over.
problem?
and it's not she's plus side, but she's not plus size.
Not like Target plus size.
No, she's
You ever walk through Target and see the models that they use now? It's like,
I don't go there.
oh my
I know,
God.
I know.
Seriously? Is
Field
that
trip.
where we're going?
I gotta go on a field trip to Target and see what's up.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Go to Target. They're super woke.
All right.
Believe me.
absolutely, 100%. It's actually, it's fine. Whatever.
It's fine.
but
I don't care,
it's
but whatever.
disappointing.
Yeah.
It's just disappointing.
It's just that we've caved to everything
right
now.
Can't even have
Everything. So it's ridiculous.
And it wouldn't be an edition without Angel Reese from LSU either. Tigers women's basketball team on the in the SI swimsuit edition. All kind. Plenty of girls in the edition, and plenty of great articles as well.
Tell us about some of those articles. What were they about?
They were covering a lot of all things sports,
Like football.
All things. It's Sports Illustrated.
Basketball.
It's Sports Illustrated. All things sports. Reminder to subscribe to my daily podcast, Chewing the Fat, available wherever you listen to your podcast. Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher. And we've got about a minute. Not what to make of this. General Motors, Chevy, has just unveiled its first ever Corvette that isn't powered by a V8 engine. It's the 2025 Corvette SUV, the sleek,
Interesting,
sporty 4-door model. So I don't know. It just
I'm with you.
seems like it's not necessarily a Corvette. I feel like I agree with at Will Stutman, who said, "Don't you dare call this a Corvette."
But of course, they're going
the internet is not very happy with Chevy for the Corvette SUV.
That's not a Corvette.
I know. And this one is powered by gas, which a little questionable.
I thought that was verboten.
I know. They're working on the EV standards, the SUV and the sedans, but this one apparently is going to be
Are there
powered
Corvettes
by gasoline.
that are EV? They
I don't think
electric
not
Corvettes,
yet.
do
Not
they?
yet.
Yeah. All right, more coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
It's true. I am. Welcome. We got some tweets here. Jack Holt, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tweets. I'm kind of upset that y'all don't play the extended director's cut version of Jeffy's song. Yeah, actually, we did.
Yeah, we did.
That is the extended
director's cut.
Yeah, and let's see on the poll that we have up. Should the Jeffy chewing the fat kids playing instruments opening theme be shortened when introducing the segment? 63.6 say keep it as is. 36.4 want it shortened. So far, early results are in. So far, we're keeping it alone.
Let me ask you a question. Is just because the poll says something, are we binded by that?
No,
do we
it's a
have to follow
non-binding. It's a non-binding resolution, but we'll see. Andy in Florida says, we play the national anthem before the Super Bowl and the Space Odyssey theme before chewing the fat. Don't change our history and our traditions.
I love it.
Jenny Blue Dog, wiping with leaves. He may be on the move, but it doesn't mean we need to hear about his movements. Good point.
Yeah.
Howard Newton uses leaves for TP. What happens in the winter? Good question.
Oh, boy. You better have a stockpile.
Jordan SP, me telling friend Blue Spur Flower is great for toilet paper. His response, nothing with spur is going close to my ass.
I like it.
Okay. Catastrophic disassembly. So are those butt wiping leaves flushable? And if they are, the next question is, are they septic tank safe?
Well, and he will tell you this. Yes, they're flushable, but he would tell you
biodegradable, right?
Right. He has his composting toilet that he was sitting on, so you have to use that.
Oh, geez. No. Again.
What a loser, man.
No. No.
How many friends?
Kitchen utensil survivor tweets, I would have thought that an environmentalist would be hesitant to introduce a tree to other locations for fear of it becoming invasive and harmful to the local environment. Well, that's a good point, too.
Yep.
J. Harry Black, Jeffy would need a banana leaf.
Is that funny or something? I don't understand.
That is very funny.
Yeah, because they're really big. You know, the banana leaves are huge. So
yeah, no, I understand.
I think what they're saying there, maybe.
Oh, you do understand? Because you asked if it was funny, and now
No,
you're saying you understand.
Just because I understand doesn't mean I think it's funny.
Well said.
From Teddy Ballgame 60, the Raiders, the Chargers, and the A's. Hell, everybody's fleeing California. I wonder why.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right, New York City Mayor Eric Adams wants to know where Joe Biden is with the immigrant crisis. Yeah, don't we all? Don't we all want to know where Joe Biden is on that? He's sitting on his rectal cavity and doing nothing. That's where he is. And that's where he wants to be because he wants it to happen. But here's Adams.
Where the heck is the President of the United States?
Yeah.
That is a good question. And I think we all should be asking, why is this happening to a city that was turning itself around and will continue to do so? This should not be happening to New York City, Chicago, Los Angeles, and the other big northern cities. And really, it should not be happening to El Paso or Brownsville, Texas.
Thank you.
No city should be carrying this burden. It's a national problem, and it needs a national solution.
Oh, my gosh.
Let's go, Brandon. I agree.
Yeah.
My gosh.
Yeah, Eric Adams is no fan of Joe Biden.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that has just opened up their eyes to a whole new world that the South has been dealing with, that the Southwest United States of America has been dealing with for 60 years. The overrunning of our cities and states with illegal immigration and drugs and felons in some cases.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're experiencing the same thing, and they're realizing there's not a net gain from this because that's what we used to be told all the time. Oh, how much money are we actually making from the immigrants? It's a net gain. Is it
a surge of Chinese nationals?
Yeah,
and another 30 were rounded up yesterday.
Yeah,
so we're catching them.
So thank you, Jeffy, voice of reason here.
Catching them.
You know, let's take down that fence around 1600.
Yeah, right. Right.
Yeah.
Let's let the immigrants pour into the White House. Wouldn't that be great?
Sure. I mean, what's the problem?
Right.
It's the same policy.
You don't want a fence around the country. Why do you need a fence around the White House? Why?
By the way, Greg Abbott posted some numbers on Twitter yesterday. He, of course, is the force behind busing immigrants across the country. He said that Texas has bused over 18,500 migrants to sanctuary cities. Over 9,300 have been taken to D.C., over 6,500 to New York City, over 1,800 to Chicago, and over 970 to Philadelphia. He says, we will continue to provide relief to overwhelmed border towns by busing migrants until President Biden secures the border.
Nice.
It will continue.
Wow. I love it. I love it. Again, Greatest political move of all time.
And how many did he say they bust in New York?
6,500.
Over 6,500.
And they're overwhelmed.
Yeah, they're overwhelmed.
Yeah.
6,500.
Yeah, I know.
Come down here.
Try 5 or 6 million that we have in Texas. Wow. Try that. Chris Cuomo talks with El Paso residents about illegals in that city. Yeah, he's a guy who used to be on TV.
Oh, okay.
He's at One News Nation or something, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
One News Nation?
No, I think it is just News Nation.
Oh, it's just news?
Oh, okay.
So it's not just the one. Okay.
Here's what they had to say.
I want you to meet Dolores, okay?
Okay.
Her family, the Chacon family, has a history here, 3 generations deep in the same home. And I want you to hear from her about what it's been like living with wave of broken promises and mass migration.
What? I had men in my backyard. I had a sensor. I couldn't leave my home. They would cut the fence, the chain link fence, slither through.
Did any of them ever show an intention to hurt or to steal or to do violence?
I was taking my daughter to school, and I had just locked my front door. And then she came running to me, because this is where we park our car. She goes, Mom, Mom, Mom. And I said, what? She goes, there's men under the car. And I said, where? And I saw the feet, their legs sticking out.
They're stealing the catalytic converters?
And I was like, I had just locked my door. So I grabbed my daughter and I put her behind me. And I stood up to these men.
It's easy to say, if you don't like illegal immigration, you don't like those people. But these people, you share a lot with these people. You share language and culture and an understanding of what they're about. You don't hate the people, you hate the way that it's happening.
Thanks for laying
I hate that the border's not
Chris.
secured. It pains me. Any mother who is here should be angry of how these children are suffering.
Is that Chris
What happened to Chris Cuomo?
I don't know what's happening there.
That is
I
really
haven't
weird,
figured
isn't
this
it?
out. I haven't figured this angle out from him.
Wow.
And people like him and Mayor Adams. I thought I had Adams figured out because I thought he saw a way to run for president. But I think RFK Jr. has filled that vacuum, so you'd think that Adams maybe would back off now and know his place in the Democrat Party.
Yeah.
But he hasn't cooled off on the border because of, I guess, what it's doing to his... I'm sorry, now it's in your backyard. How do you like that?
They don't. They don't like it.
Yeah, they don't
and they're
like it at
starting
all.
to understand it's not because of xenophobia or racism.
Right.
It's because it's a massive problem to your economy and your
Adams
area.
tried to lay that groundwork for racism at one point, saying that we were just sending, Abbott was sending the immigrants to...
you don't like brown people down there.
Yeah, they were just sending the cities who had African-American mayors. And they were like, well, even the announcers were like, well, they send them to Philadelphia, too. And Philadelphia has a white mayor. Hey,
don't fact check me.
Don't bog me down with facts.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's maybe that's the same with Chris Cuomo. Maybe he's a New Yorker. He sees this overwhelming burden that they have now, and he just doesn't like it either. Maybe that's it. I don't know, but it's very strange to see him talking to a resident down there negatively about immigrants, these climate refugees.
It's incredible. Climate refugees.
That's Jeffy's line.
That's exactly what they are. That's what they are.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're here because of the climate.
That's what they are.
Yeah. The climate in Honduras and Guatemala is completely different than than Texas. It's completely different. Completely different. They have continual hurricanes and tornadoes there.
I haven't seen that on the news. And where are you getting
droughts?
Along with the droughts
and
like
floods,
unable to grow foods.
I can't grow food. It's too hot. It's 184 degrees.
Really?
On average.
This is why they are
in
climate
Honduras.
refugees. They had to get out of there.
Yeah, 184 degrees. I wouldn't like that either. I'd be heading for
leave.
Canada.
Yeah, you'd leave.
Yes, I would. Yes, I would leave. There's no question about that. The CIA is urging Russians to share secrets with America in a new video campaign. They posted a video on social media offering Russians a secure way to communicate with it, promising to protect their safety if they share secrets about the Ukraine war and other information with America's spies.
Okay.
Weird.
Yeah.
We want to reach those brave Russians who feel compelled by the Russian government's unjust war to engage the CIA and ensure that they do so as secretly as possible and securely as possible. People around you may not want to hear the truth, the narrator says, but we do. You are not powerless.
CIA wants the
Connect
truth.
with us in a safe way. Dmitry Peskov, spokesman for Russian President Vladimir Putin, said, I'm convinced that our special forces are properly monitoring this space. This highly produced 2-minute video with dramatic music shows Russians staring out a window or from a park bench, apparently weighing a momentous decision. One man carrying a briefcase enters a government building and flashes his ID card. The fictitious characters gaze at family portraits as if contemplating their children's future. At the end of the video, the Russians contact the CIA on their phones.
Sure they do.
That's great.
Your tax dollars at work.
That
Good
is
job,
great.
CIA.
The video shows fictional Russian officials making the difficult but important decision to secretly contact the CIA using our portal on the dark web.
This will turn the tide.
In today's Russia, it remains very difficult to speak out, and telling the truth often carries serious consequences. The CIA wants you to know the truth about Russia, and we're looking for trustworthy people who can tell it to us.
What was the first line of that paragraph again, Pat? What was that?
In today's Russia,
in today's America, okay,
it remains very difficult to speak out, and telling the truth often carries serious consequences.
Yeah, particularly from the CIA, who is wanting the truth from Russians.
Yeah,
but you
that's rich, isn't it? That's rich.
Okay.
I have not seen that film from the CIA.
I haven't either. I want to see that.
I do too.
That sounds really good. And I'll bet you it's swaying a lot of Russians to secretly contact them
It's
via the
overwhelming.
dark web. And
they're in the CIA's dark web portal. Okay.
And tell them what really is going on, because I think we'd all like to know.
I'll tell you
frankly.
what's really going on is that we're going to hit our debt ceiling limit in early June, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's trouble for Ukraine.
It is trouble
because you see they need more money.
Well,
they
yeah,
always need more money.
Of course they do.
Right.
I mean, we just said we're going to give more money to Taiwan too, right? Another $500 million
to Taiwan.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Well, we'll just.
I mean,
and we've
keep
got
on printing.
African nations too that are at war. Are we going to start pumping money in there?
Don't be ridiculous.
Or continue pumping money in there? I'll bet we're already doing it, and we just don't know.
Yeah, if they have the minerals we need, we will.
Mm-hmm. The end of the Ukraine aid is rapidly approaching, supposedly. Re-upping it won't be easy. Yeah, right. The $48 billion Ukraine aid package that Congress approved in December has about $6 billion left, meaning U.S. funding for weapons and supplies could dry up by midsummer.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Shoot.
That's raising fresh concerns among lawmakers about what the White House is planning next, including when the administration will ask for another major package and whether it will be enough. The funding, many members say,
never enough,
needs to continue to flow without interruption, especially as Kiev prepares to launch what's expected to be a sweeping counteroffensive and retake ground in the east from the Russians. The White House is discussing a new package. It will be time to keep support for Ukraine flowing.
Thank goodness.
That's my major
we work
concern
on a
right now.
peace package.
No.
Let's work on I want to work on a peace package.
There can be no peace until the Russians are completely out of Ukraine. Jeffy, don't you understand that?
I don't.
And not just Ukraine that they just invaded in the last year, but also Crimea. That's what Zelensky is now saying. We're going to take back Crimea too. Oh, okay. Well, good luck with that.
This is the same Zelensky.
Right. It'll go well.
Wanted
It'll
to
go well.
Bomb Moscow. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. He sounds like a good horse to be hitching our carriage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, why are we opposed to bombing Moscow, by the way?
Because we're not at war.
We don't want to escalate it.
No, I'm talking about...
We're in a fun
Ukraine,
proxy
though.
war.
Well, Ukraine, though.
Ukraine can do it.
Ukraine.
Go for
Yeah.
it. Go do it. I don't care, but stop dragging us into everything. Did you see, I know you're familiar with Kim.com, a
Yes,
video that
absolutely.
he posted. If you can play this, apparently, this is what he
Oh, the
wrote.
weapons depot?
Yeah, Russia
Yeah.
has a vast intelligence network of information in Ukraine. They track every major arms shipment from NATO members. Over the last 2 weeks, billions worth of supplies for the counteroffensive have been destroyed. U.S. taxpayer dollars go up in flames. Can we play that video? This is, there you go. There's your tax dollars, apparently, according to Kim.com.
The full video actually even shows the missile going in and everything. It's a great video.
And this is them supposedly destroying weapons caches.
And again,
Ukraine.
do we know that that's actually true?
Thank you for putting that in there. We don't know. It's just a propaganda war. We're fighting it by proxy against Russia.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And here we are.
Would that surprise me that that's true? No, it would not.
I hope that's not true.
I know.
I mean, what a waste if that's true.
Well, we got so much money that we can burn. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You're right.
Plus, I mean, we left how many weapons for the Taliban? I mean, we've got room to
$80 billion worth.
Yeah, we've got plenty.
Yeah.
Look, that was already theirs, I thought. It was already theirs. Isn't that what Kirby said?
Yeah, that's what Kirby said. That's what Kirby said.
From
You're
his
right about
perch.
that.
From his perch, that was already theirs.
All right, let me tell you about real estate agents I trust. Trying to sell your home can be a real challenge. That's why you need a real estate agent who's going to come in and help take charge of the situation, help you make some big decisions like, do I paint the house? Do I paint the inside? Do I paint the outside? Do you remodel things? Do you change countertops? Remodel the bathroom? What are you going to do? A realtor who knows what they're doing will help you make all those decisions and let you know whether or not you'll get your money out of the things that you do to your home and whether it's worth it or not. Or should you just sell it as is? Real estate agents I trust. These are the people you can turn to. They're with the buyers all the time. Same goes for when you're buying a home. When you choose your agent through real estate agents I trust, you partner yourself with a competitive winning machine. It's a team of people who are going to see it through to the end with you. Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name says it all. realestateagentsitrust.com.
You're listening to Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter, where Bunter Hayden, painter extraordinaire, tweets, Eric Adams is not a fan of Joe Biden. Is that because he knows that Joey is a flaming racist? Could be part of it, yeah. Part of it. Frank Johnson tweets, so in other words, the CIA wants to divide the Russian population just like they've done here.
Yes.
Caffeinated Texan. Pat said the phrase major package. Did I? Let's see. Yeah. The White House is planning next. They're wondering what the White House is planning next, including when the administration will ask for another major package.
All right.
And whether it will be enough. And Jeffy didn't say anything. Jeffy's off his game today.
Well, first of all, despite what many believe, I do have some restraint.
What?
And we're in the middle of talking about Ukraine and Russia war.
True, yes.
And I realized that, anytime you want to talk about a major package, I'm here for you. Okay. But there are times when sometimes just let it be.
Yeah.
Major package. Think to yourself, oh, he's a major package. I love major packages. To yourself.
You can say it like
do your
in
own
head,
joke.
too.
Yeah, write your own jokes.
Yeah. It's all a distraction tweets. The war in Ukraine can't end until all the neocons' pockets overflow with millions.
There you go. Yep.
Not the truth. Yeah. And this time, it's the neocons are the Democrats this time.
All right.
They're the war hawks this time. They're the ones that are pushing this thing and want it to continue endlessly. And I think would love to put boots on the ground over there.
Oh, it certainly
I think they'd
feels
love to.
that way.
Yeah. They are itching to send American troops.
We don't want to, but we have to. And it's going to end up saving us in the long run by putting our own people on the ground there.
We can't allow Ukraine to fall. And so we're going to shore them up with just a few American troops.
Yeah, it's just
mostly training, but there's going to be some other troops on the ground, special forces. That's how it starts.
Yep.
And then pretty soon you've got 500,000 troops there.
And that would not surprise me to hear Biden say that, man.
No, it wouldn't. Me either. Have you been following this situation with Ja Morant of the NBA?
Yeah, a little bit.
He was
I'm aware of
pictured
what's happening. Yeah,
with a gun
again
on social media.
Again.
Okay, is that illegal now?
Well,
you can't take a picture of yourself?
I'm with you on that. But he had just a couple months ago, the same thing happened at a nightclub, which he was cleared of. The big to-do at the nightclub, but he had a weapon.
Okay. At the nightclub, he had a weapon?
And
they fined him.
Right. And
I think a year's salary. I think he sat out the year or something. They suspended him, and he lost $40 million
I didn't know
last
that
year.
It was that bad, but it was
$40 million.
He's bent the knee and said that he understood, and he understood the deal, and it was all okay. But then this video post of him with a gun again shows up.
Okay.
And the NBA is like, no.
Is he shooting people with the gun while he's being pictured or
he
video?
is not.
Okay.
And that's I guess he should be smart enough to. I mean,
I don't understand.
Could he not have security with guns and everything's okay?
Right.
Plus, I mean, and this is, I'm just throwing this out there. Perhaps the lifestyle that many players in the NBA have had prior to coming into the NBA would behoove them to have a weapon.
Right.
I don't know that. I'm just throwing it out there.
But what if it was part of a rap video? Then that would have been a better. Is it the setting? I mean, is that?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't know. The NBA it's a really strange thing to me.
I mean,
that the NBA is acting like this over that.
To fine somebody or to suspend them for a year without pay and lose $40 million because you had a gun in a picture is outrageous to me.
The first one, and I didn't realize that it cost him that much money. The first one, I think, was he had the gun and it was at a nightclub and it wasn't used, but he had the weapon there and it may have been pulled. Yeah.
Yeah, they keep saying he flashed it.
Yeah.
He flashed a gun on camera. Oh no! Did he shoot the gun?
No. Well, the second one. This last one was just a glimpse of it.
Yeah, where were
they? The video.
That's crazy.
Really, it's just really strange. Really strange that the NBA is
very strange
coming after him for that, and especially just for a weapon.
Yeah,
right. It's
right.
It's just America.
I mean, I could see it if he said something mean about China. Then you would understand, right?
All right.
Because now you're getting into their fan base, and we can't have that.
To be talking about Taiwan being something else.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare mention that Taiwan is a country.
Yeah, don't do it.
Like Dwight Howard did. I don't want to hear it. But, the picture of a gun thing, just bizarre to me.
Really bizarre.
Bizarre. The NBA is so messed up between the China situation and... I don't know, photographed with a gun. I guess they don't want that image or whatever.
A little late for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
A little late for that.
I don't know.
Just a little late.
I don't know. But to take somebody's entire salary for a year.
This is Pat Gray.
Excessive.
Unleashed.
Welcome. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Vice Media filed for bankruptcy to enable a sale to lenders, including George Soros and Fortress. Yeah, that's great. It will provide $225 million in the form of a credit bid for most of Vice's assets. Company announced on Monday, along with significant liabilities. Vice filed voluntary petitions for reorganization under Chapter 11 in bankruptcy court. Man, they were just darling of the media for a while. Vice was just the thing. And I mean, venture capitalists were all over them, providing them with cash. They just dumped hundreds of millions of dollars into that, and you couldn't make it?
Nope.
You couldn't make it.
We knew that was coming, but now it's official. Obviously, I mean, it was reported that they were certainly close to calling it bankrupt, and now it has.
They were once valued at $5.7 billion. $5.7 billion. My God.
And when you saw that, let me ask you a question. When you saw that they were valued at that,
did I believe it? No. I did
right.
not. No.
Right.
I didn't. I mean, at the very beginning, they were doing some interesting things. but that was long ago and far away.
So George Soros has a new toy. Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, he does.
Another place.
And speaking of George Soros, he was the topic of discussion on CNBC yesterday with Elon Musk. Check this out.
This is a fun video.
Elon, you tweeted this thing about George Soros. Well, I'm looking for it because I want to make sure I quote it properly. But, I mean, you know what you wrote. But you basically...
it reminds me of Magneto. It's just like, calm down, people. This is not like made a federal case out of it.
Magneto.
You said he wants to erode the very fabric of civilization, and Soros hates humanity. Like, when you do something like that, do you
I think that's true. That's my opinion.
Okay, but why share it? Why share it? Especially because, I mean...
That's what he does. What do you mean, why
people
share
who buy
it?
Teslas may not agree with you. Advertisers on Twitter may not agree with you.
Tough.
So?
Why not just say, hey, I think this. You can tell me. We can talk about it over there. You can tell your friends. But why share it widely?
Pause it for a sec. Does he ask that of actors?
Everyone.
And actresses?
Right.
Why share it? Why share your opinion? When half of the people that watch your movies don't agree with you. Why would you share that?
Right.
What are you talking about? Oh, man.
Plus, I will say, and I don't know
can't
if they
take it
get
with
into it.
these
I
people.
haven't watched every minute of this interview. I've seen clips from it. But they're doing the same playbook with Elon that they did with Glenn when we started bad-mouthing George Soros.
Oh, yeah.
He's an anti-Semite.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's like,
What? You can't say
Find the
anything
rules.
critical about George Soros without that
Right.
stupid, baseless
Right.
claim.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate Elon's tweet, I think it was yesterday, where the ADL needs to drop the A from its name.
Thank you. Thank you. Good.
So
Yeah.
defamation.
Absolutely.
Which stands for
back to
anti-defamation.
Because
Right.
and they don't ask that of those actors. You
no,
know
they do
darn
not.
well they don't.
Nope. And there's more.
I mean, this is freedom of speech. I'm allowed to say what I
You
want.
absolutely are, but I'm trying to understand why you do, because you have to know it's got it puts you in the middle of the partisan divide in the country. It makes you a lightning rod for criticism. I mean, do you like that? People today saying he's an anti-Semite. I don't think.
Oh,
you
there
are.
we go. Yeah.
No, I'm definitely. I'm like a pro-Semite, if anything.
I believe that probably is the case.
Yes.
But why would you even introduce the idea then that would be the case?
I mean, look, we don't want to make this a George Soros interview.
No, God, no. I don't want to at all. But what I'm trying even came up in the annual meeting. I mean, do your tweets hurt the company? Are there Tesla owners who say, I don't agree with his political position and I know it because he shares so much of it? Or are there advertisers on Twitter that Linda Yaccarino will come and say, you got to stop, man. Or, I can't get these ads because of some of the things you tweet.
I love this pause, man.
It's interminable. Jeez.
I'm reminded of the scene in The Princess Bride.
Mm-hmm.
Great movie.
Great movie.
Where he confronts the person who killed his father. And he says, offer me money. Offer me power. I don't care.
So you just don't care. You want to share what you have to say.
I'll say what I want to say. And if the consequence of that is losing money, so be it.
Love it.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
You got $200 billion.
That's
easy
true.
to say.
Amen.
When you link to somebody who's talking about the guy who killed children in a mall in Allen, Texas, you say something like it might be a bad psyop. I'm not quite sure what you meant, but
It might be. MK Ultra.
In that particular case, there was.
We'll go over every tweet.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Nobody gets this treat.
That's not that that obviously people were killed, but it was, I think, incorrectly ascribed to be a white supremacist action.
Thank you.
And the evidence for that was some obscure Russian website that no one's ever heard of, that had no followers.
Thank you, which we talked about.
The company that found this
Elon.
is Bellingcat.
Right.
And do you know what Bellingcat does? PsyOps.
right. I couldn't really even follow exactly what it was you were trying to express there, so that's in part why I was curious.
I'm saying that I thought the ascribing it to white supremacy was bull.
Okay.
and that the information for that came from an obscure Russian website and was somehow magically found by Bellingcat, which is a company that does psyops.
Thank you.
And there's no proof, by the way, that he was not.
There's no. I would say that there's no proof that he is.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And that's a debate you want to get into on Twitter.
Why not?
Yes.
I own it,
Because we should not be
biatch.
ascribing things to white supremacy if it's false.
Okay.
I love it.
Wow, what a weird.
Oh my gosh.
Weird interview. The guy doesn't seem to understand expressing yourself.
Yeah, well, he's already in trouble, right? This was at Tesla, so they just had their meetings and they were trying to do some stuff against Elon, which he put down. But he still has to have his tweets about Tesla looked at before the tweet goes out. Now, according to the government and the SEC, right? Because of his tweets that caused, the stock market moves, according to Tesla. So he still has to be overlooked on that.
Unreal.
It's a strange situation.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Where's the freedom of speech there? Where is that?
He doesn't have it with that.
He doesn't have it.
Not with that.
And this guy, I mean, are you going to ask everybody the questions you just posed to Elon Musk?
Right.
Why don't you ask the leftists who are tweeting out all kinds of garbage about why they're doing what they do? Why don't you do that? Come on. That is just asinine and so one-sided. Is there any journalist left? Is there any journalism left? I don't think so.
Oh, why would you tweet that? Is this something you want to take care of on Twitter? Yeah. That's why I bought the company.
Right. Yeah.
If not here, where?
Jeez. I mean, what do you think Twitter is for?
Is that their moniker? If not here, where?
You know what? That should be Vegas should take that.
Should be.
If not here, where?
Yeah.
You're welcome, Las Vegas.
All right. Let me tell you about My Patriot Supply, because the world is unraveling more by the day. Uncertainty abounds. I mean, grocery stores, I go in there sometimes, and some of the shelves are completely bare.
It's really strange.
It is.
I mean, we're. I know this is America, and it's the new America. I know we're reimagining America. I don't like it.
You go in, and sometimes paper products are gone, or you go in, and sometimes certain medicines are gone that you're looking for, or you go in, and there's certain foods that are gone, and you're like, what is going on?
A supply chain.
Yeah, supply chain problems. That never used to be the case.
I know.
If you don't have enough emergency food on hand right now, you better hope that the government has plenty of handouts, because that's what you're going to be. That's what you're going to be looking for. I urge you to order a 3-month emergency food kit from My Patriot Supply. Get one for everybody in the family, 3 months worth. So when there are supply chain problems, you still have food. You don't want to be stuck without food when the supply chain problems really kick into gear. Emergency food and survival gear from My Patriot Supply. With each kit you order right now, you'll also get a bonus bundle of essential survival gear worth over $200 for free. They're just going to throw that in. So you get the 3-month emergency food kit, which offers your family peace of mind, and you get the survival gear worth over $200. Grab your emergency food and the survival gear free, worth over $200 from My Patriot Supply by going with preparewithpat.com. Go to preparewithpat.com. You'll also get fast and free shipping in unmarked boxes for your privacy. Preparewithpat.com. That's preparewithpat.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Do you know there's another Star Wars spin-off coming soon?
I feel like I read about one that was going to happen. I mean, with this writer's strike, good luck.
Yeah, I know, that's true. But there's one called The Acolyte with creator Leslie Headland. She's of the LGBTQIA2+.
Well, she better be. I don't want to see a new
Right.
Star
I don't want to
Wars.
see anything that doesn't include LGBTQIA+ stuff.
Thank
right?
you. We shut this thing down.
Yeah. Everything must contain gay relationships, or I don't want to see it.
Thank you.
Trans people and gay relationships must abound in every show that comes on television now. Everyone. And this is no exception.
Thank you.
In an interview with Empire Magazine, she discussed the series, saying when you're doing something completely original like we are, you want to question the status quo of the era that you live in. So that's what this is going to be. It's going to be a whole thing on commentary on what's going on today. Won't that be fun?
That'll be great. Makes you want to watch it.
Doesn't it, though? Instead of just having a Star Wars series that you can enjoy, get behind, have fun with, it's got to be political commentary on our society. And
has to be.
I can't take it.
I will say I watched a movie the other day that I didn't expect to be as good as it was. And it covered all the bases, all the woke bases, of course. It's a Tom Hanks movie.
Oh, I love that movie.
A Man Called Otto.
So much better than I thought it was going to be.
That's what I just said. I was
much better.
amazed by it. And it covered all the bases. It covered
did.
all the woke
It did.
bases.
They had a trans
but
thing
they
in
did
there.
It, but they did it good.
Yeah, they did it well.
I felt that they did it good.
They did it
No, they did
well.
not do it well. They did it good.
No, they didn't do it good. They did it
good.
well.
I felt that they did it well. Really, I enjoyed the movie so much more than
I did too.
had anticipated.
It was really good. It was really good. Tom Hanks is great in it. And so, yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. Because I thought, am I going to like this?
I know.
And I heard there was some, progressive stuff jammed
wasn't
into
bad.
it. But it didn't really offend that much.
So what would you say are your favorite Tom Hanks movies? Like, would you put Forrest Gump near the very top?
Yeah.
Right?
Heck,
for sure.
Okay. I mean, there's so many to choose from. Saving Private. I mean, you can go on and on and on. How would this rank as far as all-time Tom Hanks movies?
I don't know.
It's definitely
I
top
would
10.
watch it again.
Maybe top 5.
Wow.
I would
Yeah,
watch
it's
it
good.
again.
Better than Castaway, say?
I haven't seen Castaway for a long time.
Yeah, okay.
Way different.
I'm just
than
trying to figure it
Castaway.
out. So it's definitely worth the time.
But definitely, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think so. I've already seen it twice because I watched it once by myself and then with my wife. So it's great. It really is good. I liked it. It was fun.
I thought they did good. Have you watched Air yet? Speaking of movies, have you watched? I see Air is up on Prime now.
Have not. Did you like that?
Yeah, it was a fun watch. It was a fun watch. What's his face is, he's lost.
Did they do it good?
Who? Affleck or Matt Damon?
Affleck played the head guy, and he's the producer. It's his movie. And he's all right.
He's the head of Nike, right?
Yeah, Knight.
What? Phil Knight?
Yeah.
Is that his
Yes.
name? Phil? I know it's Knight.
It's Knight.
Yeah. It's about when Nike wasn't Nike, right?
Well, they were Nike.
They
but
were
not
Nike, but they weren't
the Nike we know.
Right.
Yes.
They weren't number one
And
at
this
the
is
time.
what
They
pushed
were
them.
third, I think, or
This is
fourth.
what pushed them. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was the deal with Jordan that
did it.
kicked them into gear.
So you don't really see Michael. He's in it, but he's not, and it's all about him.
That's what I heard. I heard
It's
he wanted it
fascinating,
that
though.
way.
Yeah, it's fascinating. It was fun.
It's interesting.
And Viola Davis plays Michael's mom. She does a great job. I mean, she's awesome.
You know how much money he purportedly made from Nike?
Well,
Or
they say
still
at the
makes?
end. Yeah, they say at the end. I forget what the number was.
$400 million a year.
Yeah, just passive income.
I mean, his basketball income was nothing compared to what he made for those shoes. Man, because he got a piece of the action, and he was the first to ever do that.
Correct.
That was a nice move on his part.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I want a piece of every shoe.
That was Mom. According to the movie, that was Mom.
Really?
Mom was the one that made that happen.
Nice. Smart. Because...
And I don't know that to be true. I just know that's, what they purported in the movie.
Because at the time, that's not how things worked, right?
Right.
Yeah. At the time, they didn't give you a piece of the action. And now they do, of course,
Right.
because
and
of Michael Jordan.
And Michael was not going to go to Nike. And this guy,
right? Because Nike again wasn't the big.
He wasn't
they weren't the
deal.
big guy. They weren't
were
the big
running
dogs.
shoes.
Right.
Nobody wanted to do the running shoes.
Right. They weren't the big ones in basketball shoes. That was it Converse or was it Adidas?
Adidas.
I think both of those companies were ahead of them.
Yes,
right?
they were. Yes.
Yeah. So kind of fun.
It was fun. It was a fun.
Is
watch.
Damon good in it? I heard he gained a bunch of weight for it.
Yeah, he looks great. Yeah, he was great. And he's awesome. I mean, he's always awesome. I mean, he's so much better than Ben, but they're friends, and so it's
yeah.
Okay. Ben's got J-Lo, so back off.
I just saw a photo of them from, I don't know, was it a red carpet walk or something? Well,
she's got a couple
event?
big movies out.
And it
on
looked like they
Prime
were really
and
pissed
Netflix.
at each other.
And he's always looking like that.
And
Because he's got another movie out that bombed, his Hypnotic, at the movie theaters.
Oh, I kind of wanted to see that.
Completely bombed. I mean,
Did it really?
Yeah, that didn't make any money this first week and nothing.
Oh, wow.
So, and J-Lo's got these two monster hits going on now. And
J-Lo has hits?
Oh yeah, she's got that. She's got the movie Mother, I think it's called, and then she's got the Shotgun Wedding on Netflix, I think, as well. So yeah, I mean, she's
and those are doing well.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's probably the problem in the relationship.
It is definitely the problem.
Yeah.
And the other problem I hear is that Ben had promised that he was going to give up smoking, and he hasn't. And J-Lo is a little unhappy with him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they still love each other and everything, but
you know that for a fact, do you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Good. So you got some inside information on the relationship.
That's correct.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
We may cover a little J-Lo from time to time on Chewing the Fat.
Yeah.
Little J-Lo and Ben.
All right. Americans' health may be undermined by not going to church, according to the Surgeon General.
We were just talking about this. Absolutely.
In a recent official government report, the Biden administration has warned that Americans' health may be undermined due to their decline in participation in church services and other religious activities.
We're going to investigate you and
Yeah,
make
right.
sure we
Right.
make sure we know who you are.
If you get
when
too
go to
active
church.
at
Yes,
church,
thank
then
you.
we're going to infiltrate your church and find out what you're saying in there because we don't trust you.
Right. But you need to go to be healthy.
You need to go. Surgeon General Vivek Murthy issued the first ever government advisory on the epidemic of loneliness and isolation earlier this month, calling persistent isolation an urgent public health issue.
Yeah.
That impacts the physical and mental health of millions.
It's interesting for coming from the Biden administration, of all places.
Isn't it, though?
Yeah.
Research shows that loneliness and isolation are associated with a greater risk of heart disease, dementia. Is that what happened to Joe? Too much loneliness? Stroke, depression, anxiety, and premature death, according to Murthy, in an online video release to coincide with the report. Loneliness is as bad for individuals as smoking 15 cigarettes a day?
That's what they say.
What?
Wow.
Get out of here.
Wow.
That's a pack and a half daily habit and harms physical health, even greater than that associated with obesity and physical inactivity. Now, wait a minute. I thought obesity was good for you now. Isn't it good for you? Because it's fat shaming if you say that it's not good for your health.
It's good to be you.
Uh-huh.
And whoever you are.
Right.
So we have to accept that.
Okay.
But wait a minute. It said a pack and a half? Because 15
That's what it
cigarettes
says.
is not a pack and a half.
How many is it?
I mean, a pack is 20.
Oh, okay. So that's not... it's a small pack.
15's not even a pack. I mean, you've cutting back smoking 15.
Okay. So they lied. They lied in the article.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Murthy writes, Americans have become disconnected from one of the institutions that can forge deep and permanent social connections.
Wow, can you
Church
imagine?
attendance. I can't.
If this were the Trump administration saying this, it'd be like,
I know.
What are you doing? You're
Right.
pushing your religiosity. I cannot
Right.
believe this is a Biden
You're right.
administration document here.
Religious or faith-based groups can be a source for regular social contact, serve as a community of support, provide meaning and purpose, create a sense of belonging around shared values and beliefs, and are associated with reduced risk-taking behaviors. as a consequence of this decline in participation, individuals' health may be undermined in different ways.
It's amazing.
That's just, so all this coincides. What we were talking about, I think last week when we were talking about church and God, was that the issue with children and their mental health issues, and going back to taking God out of schools. Right. So we're getting to that point. Well, now we're also saying that, we've taken it out of schools, and now we can't believe that people are lonely because they're not going to church. That's a weird coincidence.
That is weird.
A weird placement for that drop too.
Well, it was,
it's a weird
wasn't it?
coincidence.
I don't know that.
I'm not sure how that fit, but okay. I do like it. And
no.
My tongue.
There you go.
Look, you gotta go to church. You gotta go to church. All right.
It's because it's the Dalai Lama.
Yeah.
That's how it ties into church.
I guess.
Right.
I mean, I guess.
If you're,
it's a stretch.
So is
a
his
little
tongue.
bit. A little bit.
Yes.
Oh man.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, did you see though that we were talking about Riley Gaines earlier? Did you see that the latest woman to win? And there was a cycling competition for women in the state of Oregon.
Okay.
And look at this lovely flower of a
flower of a woman.
Yeah. Look at Molly.
Yeah, there she is. Oh, she's beautiful.
What's her name again?
She's beautiful. Her name is Molly.
Molly Cameron.
Molly Cameron. Hey, Molly.
Woo!
Yeah, lovely. She's lovely.
looker.
And Molly just won the competition?
That's right.
The bicycling competition.
Yeah, it's a 3-day competition.
Why
it's a
is
really
that a
big
big
deal.
I mean, congratulations
It's a
to Molly,
3-day
but-
event, and Molly took home the
Congratulations,
prize.
Molly. Leave Molly up there because she's so
Why is that? I
lovely.
don't
That'll
understand.
just increase ratings looking at Molly. Because
Look, y'all don't even need to pause the screen. We're just going to leave it up there.
beautiful. They're absolutely lovely.
What's wrong with
Adorable.
Molly?
Nothing's wrong with Molly. That's why we're saying leave Molly on the screen.
Yeah.
What are you
because
not
she's
understanding, man?
Absolutely beautiful.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.